we're seeing more and more of these online dating fraud scams come across our desk. And Yahoo Lifestyle has an article about this type of scam, and it's a really good consolidation of the information, and it tells you what the red flags are. And we'll go through them and talk about some examples that we've seen. Warning signs of an online scam that comes from a dating site. If you are on a dating site and you're contacted by somebody, and very quickly after you start communicating, they start asking for personal information, address, date of birth, credit information, bank information, things about your residence, that could be a warning sign. Usually somebody who's genuinely interested in a relationship doesn't need to know all that, especially right away. And like it says here, it might seem reasonable and they might find out more information, but be careful about giving up personal information like mother's maiden name or where you're born, because those are often security questions for your bank, right? Another very common red flag that you'll see is that you can't see them in person. You'll make plans to meet up and then they cancel at the last minute 3 or 4 times. And a lot of these dating scams, they never intend to meet the other party. This is done remotely to get money. So if you start having the other person avoid meeting or cancel meeting, that's a red flag. And then it also sets up the second part. Usually the cancellation is because of a financial emergency. It's that they need travel money, or they got fired from their job, or they're getting evicted from their apartment, or they're stuck in another country because their passport got lost. And the excuse is, first of all, so they don't have to meet you in person, which they never intended to do, but also to get you to send them money. And the next thing they're going to do is they're going to tell you to wire them some money, right? And the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, warns not to do that. We have a client that we spoke to recently, remain anonymous, who sent 20 something, almost $30,000 to somebody they never met. And this is a smart person. It's not somebody who's stupid. It's somebody who was caught up in the emotions of a relationship and believed what the other person was saying. And you have to remember, these people are very clever and very good at the gift of gab, and they know how to say the right things to get you to send them some money. Another warning sign. They won't meet you in person or even do video chat. A lot of times they'll say they're at work, or they're outside, or their camera's broken, or their phone doesn't have a good video. If you can't talk to them and see where they're located, maybe sometimes it'll just be a headshot with no background. You don't want to know who you're dealing with and where they are, because many of these scams are overseas. So if you are talking to somebody and you're concerned, have them walk around and show the background so you know where it matches up what their story is. If they say they live in Philadelphia, show the background. If they won't meet you in person, but they won't even meet in video or very protective video, that could be a red flag. And then another part of it is if you're talking to this potential relationship partner using the app, whether it's one of the dating service apps, and then right away they want to go to text, that could be a red flag, because the dating apps have algorithms that look for language that could be fraud, and they'll warn you if somebody asks for money, because they monitor these conversations. So the scammer knows this, and they want to go right to text. Plus, it gives the scammer your phone number, which they can use for identity theft or to get messages from your bank or something like that. So they want to get you from the official matchmaking platform and onto different methods of communication. And they know that the apps are monitored, right? So they want to get it off of that monitored transaction. So these are just a few of the red flags. Your gut will tell you a lot more. But if you do feel like you're becoming a victim, don't delay. Contact law enforcement, start an investigation to make sure that you don't lose any more money, but also to protect your personal information, to make sure that you're not giving information, or that the person is not using information you already provided them to cause more damage. Like if they have a copy of your driver's license or copies of your personal information, you want to shut down accounts, change identification cards, so that your losses won't be greater than what they already have been.